Our time in Baltimore is drawing to a conclusion as things really started to shape up there. But I wanted to make a video and kind of rehash and talk about the people that were important to us and what they meant to me and our time there in Baltimore. Without these people, the video that you guys were able to see, it wouldn't have happened. When we got there early on with Alfred Montaner from YouTube, along with Derek Astorino, it was a mess. Not to mention, it was still an active gravesite. There were workers who were killed up on the bridge. Some of those people had not been recovered yet. And there were a lot of emotions surrounding the site for me. And getting back and taking a look at the expanse of the project was just a bit overwhelming to see and to kind of wrap your mind around what was going to be happening here at the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse site and with the Dali. Well, enter the chat Ralph Driscoll, Toro 220D. Ralph was a long-time subscriber to my channel, going back to my Golden Ray days, and he invited me up, and what a gracious host he was. We got in, and meeting Ralph and being a part of his group of friends was really neat. Ralph was quite the man. He was a tractor guy, loved in Pasadena, Maryland, longtime resident of the area. Put me up in some rather comfortable accommodations there in the living room. Yeah, and that's a tractor right there, restored gravely. Ralph is a collector. We were able to get the Minorcan Mullet on the road, and that in itself was an adventure, traveling to Baltimore from Georgia. But while we were there and got the boat there, we were able to bring you guys some pretty big firsts that happened, and it was really good to have the boat. The boat enabled us to do so many different things, and it's really where I'm most comfortable when I'm filming. And I was very, very thankful to the people that made this happen. One of the biggest for me was Kurt Towner. Kurt was a former Chief Petty Officer, retired Navy veteran now. Kurt, along with Ralph, embraced me. We became a pretty good trio there in Baltimore. Kurt introduced me to his motorcycle club, comprised of veterans. We talked about his fundraiser that's going on there. We got to meet the staff at Cookie's Restaurant, who took care of me every day while I was up filming in Baltimore. This was a really neat restaurant, and the staff there were absolutely fantastic. The guys took me out to meet Irv at Irv's basement bar, where he shared some of the history of the property where this old bar is. Irv was over 100 years old, and the basement bar is one of a kind there in Maryland, and we certainly had a good time with him, full of history. Ralph's a tractor guy, and he introduced me to some of his collection, and we had a really, really neat time with him. What an awesome time we had there. Contemplating the filming of the bridge and of the Dali the whole time we were there. And who can forget these images brought to us by Robin. We met Robin early on, and what gracious hosts they were to provide us with an unbelievable location. Through the tunnel a couple times each day, we got introduced to the Baltimore traffic, especially with the Francis Scott Key Bridge gone. Sometimes we got it at the right time, and sometimes not so good. But the vantage that was provided to us by Robin, and from some of the images we were able to video, were just absolutely phenomenal. This area, looking back over, and we were about 2 miles away, but with some decent equipment and some good friends, we were able to put together enough equipment to be able to produce some pretty doggone good images, I think, of the site. It was a lot of fun doing this. The moderators who helped make up the chat for me, Tiger, Brenner, Teresa, Captain Brian, awesome. A lot of time on the airplane making this happen for you guys, but I think that some of the shots that we were able to put together were pretty fantastic. This was history, and we were filming it, and you guys were along with us. The channel really grew a lot, and we got to really be helped out by some fantastic people along the way. The whole trip was an incredible experience. Where the Minorcan Mullet goes now, I'm not sure. But you can bet there's another adventure that we'll be looking for down the road. Our time in Maryland was awesome. Never met anybody that wasn't as friendly as they could be. We gave some gifts while we were there, and then we also received some while we were there. Made some pretty good relationships along the way. Fantastic event. Thanks you guys for being a part of it and staying with us here in the channel. You guys that make up the Minorcan Navy are amazing. Thank you again. We'll film a little bit more. We've got a little bit more to finish up, but just wanted to send this video to you guys just to say thanks. You guys take care. Be safe out there.